If you're going to commit to anything over the next 90 days, let it begin with clarity, not vague ideas, not half-hearted intentions, but one crystal clear, soul-deep goal. I'm not talking about a laundry list of resolutions or a vague wish for things to get better. I'm talking about one audacious, heart-thumping goal that makes you sit up straighter. Then you'll take one more step toward it. You know the one I'm talking about. The one you've been tucking into the back of your mind, waiting for the right time. Maybe you've even whispered it to yourself in the dark when no one else was listening. That's the goal I want you to choose, because when you put your energy toward one powerful direction, not scattered across 10, you begin to gather momentum. You begin to shift the ground beneath your feet. In 90 days, that's enough time to build a new rhythm, a new identity, a new story. So I ask you now, what do you really want? Don't answer quickly. Sit with it. Let it stir something in you. This isn't about what's convenient or what fits neatly into your schedule. It's about what calls you higher. Maybe it's getting your health back. Not just to lose weight, but to wake up proud of the body you live in. Maybe it's launching that business you've been sketching out in journals, wondering if you're good enough to pull it off. Maybe it's rebuilding trust with someone you love or with yourself. Whatever it is, choose it boldly. And once you do, give it a name, because the moment you name a thing, you begin to give it life. Call it what it is. Own it. Say it out loud like it belongs to you, because it does. Now, let me tell you something important. The power of this next chapter isn't in the size of the goal. It's in your commitment to it. You don't need to know how it's all going to unfold. You don't need to have every step mapped out. What you need is the courage to start and the consistency to keep moving. Step by step, day by day. Because what you do daily, deliberately, compounds. And over 90 days, you don't just change what you do. There will be resistance. Doubt will knock on your door and disguise itself as logic. Distractions will dress up as responsibilities. People might question you, some out of love, some out of fear, and some because your growth will reflect their stagnation. But if you've truly chosen a goal that matters, none of that will stop you, not if you're anchored in why you started. And here's the beautiful thing. When you chase that one clear goal with your whole heart, life starts moving with you. People, opportunities, and resources you hadn't even considered begin to show up. You start noticing things that were always there, you just hadn't tuned your focus. Because when your mind is locked in, your spirit follows, and when your spirit follows, your environment begins to respond. Now, don't confuse clarity with ease. Just because you're sure of what you want doesn't mean the path will be smooth, but I promise you, it will be worth it. Because clarity brings direction. Direction brings discipline. And discipline applied over 90 days becomes destiny. So if you take nothing else from this, just one thing, not 10, just one, something that lights your soul up and terrifies you just enough to know it's real. Name it, write it, speak it, and then for the next 90 days, honor it like a sacred promise. Because once you get clear, truly clear, everything else starts to move. Once you've named that goal, once you've claimed it like it was always yours, the next step is to build a structure that will hold it. A goal without rhythm is just a wish in disguise, but a daily routine, that's your commitment showing up before you even speak a word. And I'm not talking about a routine packed with 30 tasks or color-coded calendars that exhaust you before the day begins. No, I'm talking about something much simpler, something sacred. You need a non-negotiable daily rhythm, a few quiet rituals that say, I know where I'm going and I'm showing up for it again and again. That's how you move something from dream to reality. That's how you make progress when nobody's clapping, when nobody's watching, when the excitement wears off and it's just you and the work. You don't need perfect conditions. You need consistency. You need to rise in the morning and do the thing that aligns with who you say you are becoming, not because you feel like it, but because your future is depending on it. Your habits, the ones you carry with you each day like second skin, those are either building your vision or breaking it. And if we're being honest, many of us have built routines around survival. Rushing, reacting, putting ourselves last. But now you have to build a routine around intention, around purpose. Ask yourself, what's one small action I can commit to each morning that brings me closer to that goal? Just one. Maybe it's 20 minutes of quiet to write or read or pray. Maybe it's lacing up your shoes and walking, even if it's just around the block. Maybe it's sitting down to work before you open your phone. Whatever it is, make it sacred. Make it yours. And do it daily. Because how you begin your day determines how you carry yourself through it. When you start with intention, the rest of the world doesn't get to pull you off course so easily. You become anchored, not swayed. And that kind of grounded living, that's what creates momentum. Don't forget, you are not just working toward a goal. You are becoming the kind of person who holds that goal with grace and strength. The kind of person who doesn't just talk about change, but lives it in the quiet moments when no one is applauding. And the beauty of a routine is that it's personal. It doesn't have to impress anybody else. It just has to work for you. Now, let me say this clearly. Discipline isn't punishment. It's love. It's a kind of self-respect that says, I will show up for myself, even when it's hard. And once you get past the resistance, past the noise in your head telling you to skip it, you'll find something powerful on the other side. Peace, pride, strength. And let's not pretend every day will be easy. Some days you'll want to stay in bed. Some days you'll question if it's even working. But this is where routine becomes your anchor. On the days when motivation disappears, and it will, your rhythm carries you. It moves you forward, even when you don't feel like moving. And 90 days from now, you'll look back and realize that showing up consistently mattered more than showing up perfectly. That's the real win. Not perfection, but persistence. So don't wait for inspiration to strike. Build a structure that allows it to visit you often. Make space for it. Clear the clutter inside and out. Guard your mornings, protect your energy, and give your days the kind of direction that reflects where you're headed, not where you've been. This routine of yours, this daily commitment, doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be yours. It needs to be rooted in truth, watered by discipline, and lit by the fire of your own belief. Because when you move like someone who's already becoming, the world starts to respond in kind. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just carve out a space in your day, a space that says, this is who I am now, and honor it, even when it's inconvenient, especially when it's inconvenient. Because the life you want is waiting, and it's not waiting on perfect timing. It's waiting on your devotion. Now, let's tell the truth. You can have the clearest goal, the most disciplined routine, the best of intentions, but if you don't make room for your growth, it will suffocate under the weight of your distractions. You cannot build a future while dragging around everything that has kept you stuck. And so for the next 90 days, I want you to release one thing that has no business walking beside you into your next chapter. Just one.